Welcome to Success Symphony, where we unpack the stories of the world's boldest entrepreneurs, billionaires, athletes, and visionaries. People who took wild risks and built legacies that shape our lives. Today, we're diving into Bill Gates, the brainy kid who turned code into billions and then flipped it all to change the world. From Microsoft's dorm room roots to courtroom battles and global giving, Bill's journey mixes genius, grit, and heart. Ever wondered what turns a coder into a legend? We're about to find out. So, kick back, hit play, and let's explore the symphony of Bill Gates. A tale of tech wins, big pivots, and a mission still growing. What makes a visionary? Smarts or hustle? Drop your take in the comments, and smash that subscribe button to Success Symphony for more epic stories every week. Let's go. Bill Gates' journey starts in 1955 in Seattle. Born to a lawyer dad and a civic-minded mom who expected big things. But Bill, he was a quirky, restless kid, always lost in books, puzzles, or Monopoly games he'd win by outsmarting everyone. Then, at 13, he met his true love, computers. His fancy prep school got a teletype, a clunky machine tied to a mainframe, and Bill was hooked. He'd skip classes to code with his pal Paul Allen, sneaking into the lab after hours to mess with programs just because they could. By high school, he was a prodigy, writing a scheduling program for his school and even a traffic counting system that earned him cash. At 15, he and Paul made $20,000 hacking together software. Wild for the 70s. What would you do with that kind of talent so young? Bill hit Harvard in 1973, acing math and law courses, but he was bored. College couldn't keep up with his brain. Then, in 1975, he saw an article about the Altair 8800, a build-it-yourself PC kit. He turned to Paul and said, "This is it, the future." They dropped everything, moved to Albuquerque, and started Microsoft. Originally, Microsoft with a hyphen. Picture this, two shaggy-haired 20-year-olds in a dusty office, coding BASIC on borrowed machines, fueled by soda and big ideas. No fancy degrees, no safety net. Just a hunch that computers could be personal, not corporate. Bill once said, "I was lucky to be involved with personal computers from the beginning." But luck? Nah, it was vision. Those early days, debugging code till dawn, haggling with suppliers, set the stage for a revolution. From a Seattle basement to a global game changer, Bill was already coding his destiny. Microsoft was scrappy in the 70s, but the 80s? That's when Bill turned it into a titan. In 1981, IBM needed an operating system for their shiny new PC. Bill didn't have one bold move. He bought QDOS for $50,000, polished it into MS-DOS, and sold it to IBM with a killer twist. He kept the rights to license it elsewhere. Genius. Soon, MS-DOS was on every PC clone, and Microsoft was rolling in it. Then came 1985, Windows 1.0, a clunky but groundbreaking graphical OS. It wasn't sleek like today's stuff, but it hinted at Bill's dream, tech for everyone. By the 90s, he was outmaneuvering rivals, Apple, IBM, you name it, with a mix of smarts and cutthroat deals. What do you think? Shrewd businessman or lucky timing? Let us know. Windows 95 was the mic drop. 95% of PCs ran it, with a launch so big it had Rolling Stones music and lines around the block. Bill was 40, a billionaire, and a tech rock star, glasses and all. But he wasn't easy. Legend says he'd grill employees on code lines, demand perfection, and dream of a PC on every desk, in every home. He got it. Microsoft was the software king. Still, domination drew enemies. But here's the kicker. He didn't just make software, he made tech universal. That dorm room hustle turned into a dynasty that rewrote how we live, proving one thing. When Bill Gates plays, he plays to win. Microsoft ruled the 90s, but power comes with a price. By 1998, the US government slapped Microsoft with an antitrust lawsuit, claiming they crushed rivals like Netscape by bundling Internet Explorer with Windows. Shady, right? Bill, now in his 40s, faced the music in court. Hours of footage show him squirming, dodging questions with long pauses and that awkward grin. Not his finest hour. The feds argued Microsoft locked out competition, jacking up prices and stifling innovation. They even wanted to break the company into pieces. Imagine that. What's your take? Was Bill a ruthless tycoon or just outplaying the field? hit the comments. In 2000, he stepped down as CEO, passing the torch to Steve Ballmer while the legal mess dragged on. Fines, settlements, years of scrutiny. It dented his image. Tech's golden boy looked more like a corporate bully. But Bill didn't crumble. He shifted gears. Microsoft stayed a powerhouse, but Bill's heart was elsewhere. He'd spent decades building a tech fortress. Now he was eyeing the world's biggest challenges. Those monopoly years tested him, showed him winning isn't everything if you're the bad guy. Bill once said, "Success is a lousy teacher. It makes you think you're invincible." That drama. It humbled him, maybe even lit a fire to prove he could do more than dominate markets. It wasn't the end of his story. It was the start of a whole new act, one that'd make his name mean more than just software. By the 2000s, Bill Gates wasn't just Microsoft's mastermind. He was the richest guy alive, worth tens of billions, and ready for a new game. In 2000, he and Melinda launched the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, pumping in cash to fight malaria, AIDS, and illiteracy, stuff that keeps the world down. This wasn't a hobby. It was a full-on crusade. Bill stepped away from Microsoft's day-to-day in 2008, diving into philanthropy like he'd once dived into code. He and Warren Buffett cooked up the Giving Pledge in 2010, convincing billionaires to donate half their wealth. Bill's already given over $50 billion. Insane, right? What would you do with that kind of dough? Spend it or save lives? Tell us. His foundations funded vaccines that saved millions, pushed clean energy tech, and even predicted pandemics. Yep, he warned us pre-COVID. Nerdy Bill became a global hero, trading boardrooms for villages in Africa and Asia. Today, he's still worth over $100 billion, but he said his kids won't get much. Most of it's going to the world. From a Seattle coder to a guy reshaping humanity, Bill's flipped the script on what wealth means. He once said, "With great wealth comes great responsibility." He's living it, swapping tech crowns for a legacy of good. So, what's your big give-back plan? Bill's shown us success isn't just about stacking wins, it's about stacking impact. His symphonies hit a new chord, one that's less about bytes and more about lives, proving the nerd who conquered tech could conquer hearts too. That's the Symphony of Bill Gates, a saga of code, power, and purpose that's still ringing out. Thanks for tuning into Success Symphony. If Bill's wild ride inspired you, or shifted your view on success, drop a comment. What's one lesson you're taking away? Hit that subscribe button for more legendary stories every week, and share this with someone chasing their own epic win. Let's keep the energy alive, because your story's waiting to shine. Catch you in the next one.